Mando.com code 1515 for an extra $5 off a Mando starter pack. That's shopmando.com code 1515.
Score a trip for four to Orlando's most magical theme park, including airfare and hotel. Register now to win at sanantoniosportstar.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
The NBA Finals are set. The Mavs knocked off the Timberwolves 124-103. Luka Doncic was the MVP, and the Mavs will now face the Celtics starting on Thursday, which you can catch here on San Antonio Sports Star. Number one overall pick Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears will be on HBO's Hard Knocks, and the Rangers are coming up right here on San
This is Extra Innings with Pleasure.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Rock and roll! The Texans win it!
You've been called the Da Vinci of our time. What do you say to that?
Absolutely ridiculous. I don't paint.
That ball is history. A walk-off home run.
And it's going to be legendary.
James Pledger wraps your day with insight, opinion, plenty of sarcasm, and of course, your calls. He'll even pour a beer out the door for his favorite story of the day. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. Now, here's Pledge.
Welcome into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. I am James Pledger. Thanks for joining me, however you may be doing that, whether it's on 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com, or if you are listening via our YouTube channel, you can watch along, comment along with the show in the bullpen. That's right, Fred Records, Goldfinger, Jacob, Eric, I see y'all already in there. Frank Valdez commenting along. What's happening, guys? This is Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I appreciate everybody joining along. If you want to join along the old-fashioned way, 210-656-ESPN. That is 210-656-3776. Remember that number because coming up later in the show, probably when we go to break here in this first segment, I've got tickets for y'all, an advanced screening to go see the new Disney Plus Star Wars The Acolyte. Monday, this coming Monday at the Santikos Casablanca at 7 o'clock. That's right. You're going to get to see it before it drops on Disney Plus. You and a friend will be on the guest list to go see the new Star Wars The Acolyte Disney Plus series when it drops, or before it drops, actually, Monday at 7 o'clock out at the Santikos Casablanca. So just stay tuned if you want your chance to go check that out. Oh, man. Everybody's already making fun about the tea time tomorrow. Man, you have one too good of a night. And even then, still made the tea time. I don't know what everybody's got problems with. I mean, I made the tea time. I went out and shot like 82 that day. It was a bad day for me, but I mean, I still kicked everybody else's butt in the group. So I don't understand what the big problem is. Everybody in the group got their butt kicked by a guy who was coming in half, a little half tilted from the night before. No sleep. Hadn't changed. Didn't have anything to really get through on the course, and yet still rolled out and kicked everybody's butt. So, you can say what you want about me, but I felt like I came out on top that day. This is Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We got our finals. We've got till Thursday before it actually comes down, but I want to talk about how it went down because Luka went off. He had 36. He had 20 in the first quarter. Man, it was an impressive thing to watch. When Luka's dialed in, it is pretty basketball. And you start to think, man, this team, what's it going to look like in the finals? But instead of just, because we got tons of time to focus on the greatness of overreacting to the Luka Kyrie pairing last year, and now same overreaction this year. The scale is just tilted from one overreaction to the other on how great they are. It's a good pairing. It is a solidly constructed team. This, much like that first Mavericks team, could be one of their only shots at it. The Western Conference is brutal to get through, and teams are very deep in the Western Conference. So you've got to have a squad put together to be able to compete long term over and over and over again. I mean, we saw this year with Denver how tough it is, even though all year long. And then you start to wonder about Minnesota. Ant, after the game, says they're gonna be all right. He gonna get back.
It's a lot of our guys' first time being in this light. So, especially me, it's my first time. So we'll be ready, man. We'll be all right. First time, took a loss. Congratulations to the Mavericks. And we'll be back. We'll be all right.
All right. There's a lot of people, Dan Marino thought he'd be back after his first Super Bowl. It's not easy. And I love the confidence. I love the bravado. But I look at a team that tried to sell, that sale fell through. They're paying Cat max money. They're paying Gobert max money. They're going to have to pay Anthony Edwards max money here very, very soon. Like, with an unsettled ownership, you're not going to go over the luxury tax threshold and pay the ridiculous amounts that it's going to cost to keep a team like that together when you have a Muhammad and a Conley and other people that are making legit money. I look at the sustainability of what the Minnesota Timberwolves are doing, mainly just because of the unsteadiness at the top of the organization. You don't know. It's a team that's already tried to sell. The sale fell through. And now you have to worry about, are they going to start trading high-priced assets, or are they going to have to pick between Ant and Karl Anthony Towns, Nas? Like, these are decisions that you don't know if they're willing to spend over the luxury tax threshold and what it will cost them to keep a team like this together in the long term without a viable, sustainable, and steady ownership approach moving forward when the ownership is seemingly in flux. So you can say, yeah, we'll be back. This is a great team. But I mean, we've said that about a lot of teams. And we find out it is very, very, very difficult to not only win, but sustain, which makes what the Spurs did for 2+ decades even more impressive. You can come up and drop back down, have your little spurts, but the sustained success, the way that San Antonio did, is impressive. And then when you talk about the depth of the conference, I don't know if Minnesota is going to be able to keep that team together unless it can figure out what's happening with the ownership and if they could get somebody in there that's willing to spend. Because usually when they try and sell a team and that sale falls through, usually it means that team's not willing to spend over the luxury tax regardless. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how that team looks as it moves forward and if players become available on that team. And if so, would you want them if you're San Antonio? This is Extra Innings with Pledger. I am James Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. Coming back, there is a lot of negativity, understandably so, surrounding the Dallas Cowboys. I told you yesterday about the games they were favored in the Vegas lines, and everybody wants to throw in my face. Those are just made to encourage. I don't know how you're trying to encourage gambling if you think a team's going to be bad to get people to bet against them. So that's one part of the aspect with the Dallas Cowboys, but another part of that aspect is dropped. I'll let you know what that is coming up next right here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1. The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
I've got an idea for a new bit we need to do.
Okay.
I'm not paying. Like you're at a restaurant.
Okay.
They screw your order up. Just sit there and say, I'm not paying.
But what is that? Those are mashed potatoes, sir. I'm not paying.
Right. I'm not paying.
Maybe we should advise people, don't ever try to pull this on like a hook.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code MONTHFREE by May 31st. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Okay, real talk. If you want to set yourself up for a great summer, you need to get to Kohl's this weekend. I just shopped the Red Hot Buys, and the prices were so good, I feel like I'm already on vacation. I found myself cute dresses for 30% off, swimwear for my kids starting at $14.99, and adorable finds from Carter's for 60% off. Plus, I saved up to 85% off clearance after an extra 50% off. So if you want a head start on your summer prep, then head to Kohl's now. Select styles, extra 50% off clearance valid through June 6th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Company vehicle accidents are on the rise, and as a result, serious injury and deaths are on the rise as well. A company vehicle is any car, truck, van, SUV, bus, or fleet vehicle that is used for business purposes. If you or a loved one has been in an accident with a company vehicle, call Thomas J. Henry. We handle serious company vehicle accidents and get serious results. Call Thomas J. Henry today. Available 24/7, nights and weekends.
San Antonio, Texas.
When you ask people here, what's the one thing that makes Diamonds Direct their favorite jeweler? For some, it's the unbeatable pricing we get through our direct importer. No middleman connections. The foundation of our business since day one. For others, it's the uncompromising quality. From hand-selected diamonds to handcrafted designer rings. Only the best of the best. Some people put selection at the top of their list, as Diamonds Direct offers up to 30 times the options you expect from a typical jewelry retailer. For some, it's our luxurious showroom with diamond experts who genuinely care about your experience and happiness, and who are empowered to do whatever it takes for you. Others rave about Diamonds Direct's unmatched warranties and guarantees that include free service for life and an extraordinary 110% diamond upgrade promise. But you know the most often answer we get when asking what makes Diamonds Direct stand out? It's not one thing, it's everything. Diamonds Direct. Value, luxury, choices, and confidence. Get directions, hours, and more at diamondsdirect.com.
Maybe it's time to ask your checking account. What have you done for me lately? My Advantage Checking from Generations Federal Credit Union does more. My Advantage Checking pays you 2 days early, plus shopping rewards, identity protection, and much more. My Advantage Checking treats you right. So make the switch. Learn more at Generations Federal Credit Union. Member owned, community grown. Member eligibility requirements apply. For complete terms and conditions, visit mygenfcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% when you buy 68 or more OSB sheathing. And there's more. Save 10% on select James Hardie products when you buy in bulk. Visit us in-store or online for low prices on the materials you need. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? A man age 50 non-tobacco user can obtain $500,000 of coverage for as little as $110 per month. Level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, there are great rates available for you as well. Call Term Busters for a quote. 1-800-908-7636. You're probably paying more than you should. Call 1-800-908-7636. Remember, call Term Busters. 1-800-908-7636. Sample rate for preferred non-tobacco rate class. Exam required to qualify.
It's Extra Innings with Pledger on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star. Star.com. I am James Pledger. You can follow me on X, Instagram, all that great stuff at I am Pledger. You can follow the station at SA Sports Star. And if you're not listening on the radio, maybe give a try to YouTube where you can find us at SA Sports Star. Go ahead, like, subscribe. You can comment along with the show. Like Frank Valdez, who says Harlandale Alumni Basketball Tournament on July 12th through the 14th at Harlandale. Come check it out. 941 Bros or honorary Harlandale Indians. Appreciate that, Frank. Got a first-time commenter here. Renee Alvarez says he always listens on his way to work, and this was his first time to comment. Have a great weekend. Appreciate you, Renee, for tuning in tonight and every night on your way to work. I appreciate that. Brenton Stacy, Ant and the Wolves knew they were beat after Luka went off, and there was no one stopping them. Look, I saw a lot of quit in the Timberwolves in that first half. They looked like they just gave up. They knew it wasn't going to be their night. Coming up here at the bottom of the hour before we get out of here, I'm going to give away some Disney Plus Star Wars The Acolyte advanced screening passes at the Santikos Casablanca on Monday, June 3rd. It's at 7 o'clock. That'll be coming up here at the bottom of the hour. But I told y'all going to the break that the San Antonio or the Dallas Cowboys have been, well, you know, you've been a part of it. They have not been looked favorably upon. Yet everywhere I turn, I see them ranked pretty highly. I told you yesterday that betonline.ag has them favored in all but 3 of their games. And this is Vegas. And if perception is down on them and you see them favored in a bunch of games, you're probably going to bet the other way. Vegas doesn't like losing money. Now, these lines can and will change between now and the first week of the year and also throughout the year. So take from that what you will. But I also found this very interesting. And they were talking about different things like the 2024 NFL FPI rankings that Seth Walder and the stat guys out in ESPN came up with. And of course, it's who you expect up at the top. 49ers, Chiefs, Ravens, Lions, Bills. Cowboys are 6th. Texans 9th. The Eagles are 8th. The Cowboys are the highest ranked team in their own division. And this is the best thing. The ESPN analytics per FPI, 12 teams have at least a 3% chance to win the Super Bowl. And this is what I find very, very interesting because this is analytically driven. The 49ers have the best percentage chance at 16%, probably because they're playing in the NFC, which is a easier perceived road to go through in the playoffs than the AFC in general. Right behind them is the Chiefs at 12%. The Lions are 3rd at 10%, and the Cowboys have the 4th best percentage chance to win the Super Bowl according to ESPN's analytics at 9%. That is followed by the Ravens, Eagles, Bills, Texans, all the way down at 10th at 4%. So if the Dallas Cowboys are as bad as everyone seems to be making them out to be, and look, I've taken a lot of shots at the Cowboys over the years. I will always call the Cowboys the way I see them. I have pointed out their shortcomings throughout each of the last 3 seasons of why they would fall short. Penalties, Micah's production late in the season, lack of running the football. And this past season, man, I don't know what happened, but man, that was just an utter implosion. But you saw it coming because of the defense. They couldn't stop the run, and they had no answer. And a lot of people can say playoff Dak, and Dak's the issue. Yeah, he didn't have his best game, but that defense was done. That defense, as soon as Leighton Vander Esch and Trayvon Diggs went down, it was done. It was over for them. They didn't care to stop the run. This was a team that was built, and I told you this throughout the year, for Dak and the offense to go get a lead and then unleash the defense on a team that is from behind by throwing the football. That's Micah, go hunt. That's the way that team was built, and it thrived when it did that. The problem is when someone hit them in the mouth, when Buffalo or Arizona or Miami or Green Bay came and punched them in the mouth and said, we're going to run the football today. They did. And that was the issue with the Dallas Cowboys last year. Now they have issues. They lost a couple of starting offensive linemen, but what you lost, was it irreplaceable? I don't think so. Tyron Smith was always hurt. He was having to be replaced every year for the last 3 years, 5 years. Tyler Biotish, he was a good center. Not irreplaceable. Defensively, they still have work to do. I think at receiver, they still have work to do. But like I've said before, the Houston Texans are stacked at receiver. They could take any one of them. They're either going to cut or trade at least 3 guys that are on that in that 10 wide receiver room deep. And they've got a couple of receivers out of South Dakota State too that I really like in the Jenks. And look, they do need help at linebacker still. Eric Kendricks is an upgrade. It gives them a nice Leighton Vander Esch insurance policy to take over. They need somebody else. The other thing they need is a leader. Because I'll tell you this, the Cowboys may want Micah Parsons to be a leader. You're either a leader or you're not. I think you're just wired that way. Dak Prescott is wired that way. Tom Brady was wired that way. Sean Lee, Leighton Vander Esch. That's the real reason the defense collapsed, is because Leighton Vander Esch went down. He was the leader of that side of the ball, and they had nobody to replace him. Not just at the position. I meant the leadership that he brought to that team. And I think that's the biggest thing missing on that side of the ball for Dallas. Stephon Gilmore hadn't been in that locker room long enough. You can be a great player. Doesn't mean you're a leader. There are a lot of people that are the highest paid at their position that aren't leaders. Micah, I never once saw with the captaincy on his jersey throughout his first 3 years, 4 years in the NFL. You can want him to be a leader. It doesn't necessarily mean that he is going to be a leader or that he's the leader. You can anoint him a leader. It doesn't make him a leader. His actions make him a leader. And right now, Micah's actions do not say that he is or has any want to be a leader on that football team. Dak's going through a contract situation and still showing up to these OTAs because he is trying to put his best forward so he can get his biggest bag by being in sync with the guys on that team. Guys, if y'all want to win those advanced screening tickets to go see The Acolyte on Monday, June the 3rd at 7 o'clock at Santikos, call now, 656-ESPN, 656-3776, caller number 5. Enjoy your weekend, and everybody, check on those around you. It may mean more than you know to them, because we here on Extra Innings, we want to spread happiness and not hate. This has been Extra Innings with Pledger. I am James Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star 94.1 FM and sasportstar.com. We'll see you guys on Monday right back here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
Introducing Lumi for Men, and we named him Mando. American-made, doctor-developed, clinically proven whole-body deodorant, built for men, built for hard work. I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, the inventor of Mando whole-body deodorant for pits, packages, and feet, because we all know our pits aren't the only place we get odor. Mando whole-body deodorant is different from anything you've ever tried before. It stops odor before it starts, powered by technology. Mando controls odor anywhere you have it. My patented whole body deodorant formula has over 200,000 5-star reviews. And because Mando has a